Good evening. Welcome to the City of Surprise 2023 State of the City. Could you please stand, if you're able, for the singing of the national anthem by Zoe Johnson. She's an 8th grader at the Marley Park Elementary School. Go ahead, Zoe.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose white stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. That was great, Zoe. I know you're nervous. Did a great job. Please be seated, yes. So, thank you for all being here. This event is one of my favorites of the year. It's a time to tell our story, where we've been as a city and where we're going. I am joined by my colleagues on the City Council who are sitting behind me tonight. Vice Mayor Judd. And Council members Nick Haney, Allie Klein, Patrick Duffy, Ken Remley, and Jack Hastings. I would also like to introduce the City Manager, Bob Wiggenroth, and Deputy City Managers Mike Gent and Tracy Montgomery, and our City Directors. Could you please stand just to be recognized? Thank you. Thank you for being here and for all you do for our city. We also have some special guests that I'd like to recognize. On behalf of Congressman Paul Gosart's office, Penny Hugh is here, right? Penny Pugh, is she here? No? Okay. She might be late. And on behalf of Congressman Debbie Lesko's office, Austin Rowe is here. Where's Austin? See, Congresspeople are used to being late. It's just amazing. Arizona State Representative Michael Carbone is also late. I know that. From Luke Air Force Base, I can always depend on my buddy Brigadier General Jason Rushoff, commander of the 56th Wing. Also with us today is Mayor Wickenburg, Mayor Rui Puera, and Vice Mayor Kristen Henson. And he tried to sneak in, but I caught him. The mayor from Buckeye, Mayor Osborne, is also here. Youngtown Councilmember Jim Stark. He? Okay, back to. And Peoria Councilmember Brad Schaefer. He's standing right there in the aisle. Welcome, Brad. Thank you for all being here. And I can't forget to acknowledge our employees, volunteers, and board and commission members who are here tonight. This is the cast of characters that moves the plot forward here in Surprise. Our city employees respond to emergencies, host community events, pick up our trash, ensure our roads are smooth, plan our neighborhoods, and attract new businesses to our community. Our volunteer commissioners help choose public art, guide programs for our residents in need, and ensure that new developments meet our standards. Thank you for serving this community so well. You are the heroes of the Surprise story. Thank you very much. Now, let's take a look at the work they've been doing, and our city's story is unfolding.
Hello? Chapter 1. The Land of Surprise.
Once upon a time, in the desert of Arizona, 1 square mile of farmland was purchased by a woman named Flora Mae Statler. The land she purchased didn't look like much, and Flora said she would be surprised if it ever amounted to much. So, she named her town Surprise. Flora could never have imagined what Surprise would become. Over the next 60 years, it grew to 110 square miles with over 156,000 residents. With beautiful parks, a variety of stores and restaurants, a university, a major league spring training stadium, and so much more, those humble beginnings have amounted to a lot, with even more on the horizon. All of these advancements and accomplishments were achieved by the choices of people throughout the city's history. Today is your chance to help build the future of Surprise. What would you build in Surprise, Lily?
Lily? I'm Lily. Well, I'd build more stores and restaurants. Chapter 2. The Tale of Retail.
Flora would indeed be surprised to see what's sprouting up in her little farming town, including one of the largest retail centers built in America in recent years. Village at Prasada is taking shape at Loop 303 and Waddell Road, bringing more than 700,000 square feet of shops, a restaurant row, and an entertainment district. The doors just opened at Fat Cats, a family entertainment center with movie theaters, bowling lanes, an arcade, mini golf, a bar and restaurant, and more. The center also recently saw the openings of Marshall's, HomeGoods, TJ Maxx, Five Below, Sprouts, Total Wine, and Floor and Decor. But there's still more to come, including Hobby Lobby and restaurants like Cold Beers and Cheeseburgers, Firebirds, Oso Brewery, Cooper's Hawk Winery and Restaurant, Barrio Queen, and more. Demand for retail space has been so high that Village at Prasada developer Simon CRE announced it has begun an expansion project called Prasada North, located north of Waddell Road. American Furniture Warehouse is coming to the site, along with 35 additional acres of commercial that will bring Portillo's and Torchy's Tacos. And this is just the start of what's to come.
So Surprise is just one of those markets that has just finally hit its stride. We've been growing steadily over the last few years. This is a place where people want to live, and that makes it a place where people can shop and dine, and these retailers know that.
The Surprise City Center developer is planning for more retail and restaurants with new renderings showing various concepts for commercial centers in our downtown. Also in City Center, Marriott Spring Hill Suites is under construction, adding to our collection of hotels. And Ottawa University is adding a new 5-story dormitory building as the school celebrated 6 years in Surprise this February with a bell dedication and joint proclamation issued by Mayor Hall and Ottawa University Chancellor Bill Tsutsui. The Marley Park area saw the openings of Dutch Bros Coffee, Quench Taps and Tapas, and EOS Fitness this past year. In Northern Surprise, a new Fry's Marketplace and fuel station opened, with more shops like Barro's Pizza and Jersey Mike's coming soon. Surprise is also getting a full-service hospital, with Dignity Health planning a West Valley campus for the southwest corner of Loop 303 and Greenway Road, with 300 beds and a surgery center. Having emergency services close is key to creating a safe city. For our police and fire medical departments, that means ensuring resources can be deployed quickly to all areas as Surprise grows. In the area of Perryville and Cactus Roads, we're planning for Fire Station 309, which is currently in the design stage. Construction is expected to begin within the next year.
So the reason we build fire stations is to maintain adequate response times, and 309 is no different. Fire Station 309 is going to be one of the primary stations into the new businesses out there in the Prasada Village. We also think it's going to help reduce response times in the southwest portion of the city tremendously. Some of the other things we're looking at doing is scoping potential site for Fire Station 310 in the northwest portion of the city. In addition, we're looking at adding some services such as telehealth, and potentially 2 new ambulances over the next few years. And we're doing all of that to live out our mission of always there, always ready.
The city is also planning its first police substation on 163rd Avenue south of Happy Valley Road in the rapidly growing northern area. This project is currently in the design stage.
The importance of the new precinct is that it'll be the first substation ever built in the city of Surprise. We want to be more responsive to emergencies, lower our response times in the northwest part of Surprise.
Sometimes the quickest response comes in innovative solutions. That's why the Surprise Police Department launched an online crime reporting option for victims of property crimes. This is much quicker than officers taking in-person reports and allows them to stay on patrol and respond to emergencies. From expanding retail options for our residents to improving service to protect and serve them, we're working to ensure Surprise is a great place to live for years to come. Being there for our residents is always a top priority. If you could do something better to serve our residents, what would you do?
Well, I'd make sure they have food, a place to stay, and everything they need to live in Surprise. Chapter 3: Helping Hands.
One of the many ways Surprise helps its residents is through the Surprise Resource Center, the city's one-stop shop for veteran, disability, and social services. The Resource Center served over 8,000 people last year, providing connections to a variety of services from housing assistance to employment and benefit support to food and nutrition resources. Within the Resource Center, Surprise is proud to host the West Valley Veteran Success Center, which served 134 veterans last year with navigation and resource help. Plus, the center added a Veterans Benefit Counselor in June, who works directly with Veterans Affairs to file benefit and claim applications for service members and their families. Our Surprise Senior Center is a hub for citizens aged 50 and older with hot meals, games with friends, and ways to stay active and connected. Last year, the Senior Center had over 19,000 visits and served more than 7,600 meals. In support of all these services, the city announced a partnership with Maricopa County to build a 38,000 square foot center on city-owned land in Surprise's original town site. The new campus, expected to open in 2025, will strengthen community resilience through resources for families, seniors, youth, and vulnerable populations by centralizing and expanding programs and services provided by the Resource Center, Senior Center, and Hollyhock Library. Design and demolition to prepare the land for building have started at Hollyhock Street and Santa Fe Drive.
This center is going to be so amazing because all of us, you and me, will all have something to find that's of value there, including opportunities to volunteer, to play, to learn, and to grow in our community health and resilience. For anyone that's age 0 all the way through 100, this is the chance for Surprise to become even healthier. We have a strong community now, but this will take us to a whole nother level.
Next to the new center, the Housing Authority of Maricopa County, GEM Housing Solutions, and Gorman & Company are planning to build 99 units of senior affordable housing that are scheduled to open by the end of 2024. The city's West Valley Housing Assistance Center, run by nonprofit A New Leaf, helps those in need find housing, benefits, and employment, and it will expand programming this summer when 7 apartment units open to provide temporary housing for families experiencing homelessness. Surprise also partners with the Northwest Valley Interfaith Homeless Emergency Lodging Program, or iHelp, which provided over 1,600 bed nights last year to adults experiencing homelessness thanks to local faith communities and volunteers. Volunteers are the heart of Surprise. Last year, the city launched a new Servants of Surprise volunteer program and also held 14 days of service in which more than 700 people worked on neighborhood revitalization and cleanup projects and on preparing food boxes at St. Mary's Food Bank. Affordable fiber internet is coming to an underserved population through a $1.85 million grant awarded by Arizona Commerce Authority to the city in partnership with a local internet provider, Wired. This grant will advance broadband capacity in 2 areas of our city, the original town site and city center. Over 31% of households in the original town site have no broadband internet subscription due to significant affordability barriers. In City Center, this will help capture future economic opportunities for the emerging downtown campus. The city is also helping residents by getting them where they need to go. A new microtransit pilot program, WeRide, is set to launch in mid-April in a specific zone in the city where data supports the greatest need. It operates similar to Uber. You launch an app, select your pickup and drop-off point, and it estimates your driver's time of arrival. The van has designated virtual stops. This could be a green belt in your area or a park nearby. It also includes popular spots like Uptown Alley, AMC Theaters, Surprise Stadium, Target, Walmart, Village at Prasada. The cost? Only $2 per trip. This exciting new transportation offering is only a small part of what the city is working on to improve travel around Surprise. In fact, the city moved its transportation functions out of the Public Works Department late last year and formed a new transportation department to give extra focus to this important area. In our northern area, the pressure on 163rd Avenue north of Grand Avenue has increased, and the city is focused on solutions. 3 projects along 163rd between Grand Avenue and Jomax Road are in design now and will be completed in phases over the next few years, dependent on funding. These projects will ultimately provide 3 lanes in each direction on 163rd, with a center median from Grand to Jomax. Surprise is also working with other government agencies on larger-scale solutions that currently lack funding and require partnerships, like a Loop 303 interchange at the alignment of Litchfield Road and a Loop 303 and Grand Avenue interchange to help increase access and decrease congestion. Cactus Road is also in design for future improvements by widening to 3 lanes in each direction from Reams Road to Cotton Lane and Litchfield Road to the BNSF Railway Crossing, and 2 lanes in each direction from Perryville to 175th Avenue. Design will also start soon on widening projects for Saraval Avenue, Waddell Road, and Cotton Lane. Now that we have a new microtransit option cruising our refined roadways, where would you like it to take you?
To the parks. Chapter 4, For the Love of Play.
Sunshine and green grass paint the scene, and cheering voices ring out as goals hit the net. These are the sights and sounds at the fields at Countryside, new lighted multi-purpose youth sports fields at the southwest corner of Greenway Road and Parkview Place. The city held a ribbon-cutting event in January to mark the opening of the fields and the adjacent playground, restrooms, and paved parking. Last fiscal year alone, there were over 9,000 participants in our city sports leagues. These new fields allow Surprise to hold its first ever spring soccer season and will also provide space for an expanded fall season of youth sports. They are a pathway to getting more kids active and involved. Plus, with professional-grade grass, it has already attracted rentals from professional teams. Major League Soccer team Sporting KC was here from Kansas City early this year to practice for preseason. They're not the only ones that we attract to our fields. Last year, Surprise Stadium hosted 22 national baseball tournaments, drawing over 137,000 attendees to Surprise. That's a 143% increase over the previous year. And our tournaments are award-winning. The USTA League National Championships, hosted at the Surprise Tennis and Racket Complex this past fall, earned the 2022 Champion of Economic Impact in Sports Tourism Award from Sports Destination Management and Due North Media. The series brought over 2,100 hotel room night stays and an estimated $5.6 million in economic impact to the city. by hosting a variety of national baseball tournaments, tennis championships, pickleball tournaments, special events, and spring training, the number of visitors at our city facilities increased by 89% from fiscal year 21 to 22. And the city's hotel motel tax and transient lodging tax amounted to over $2.2 million in revenue for fiscal year 2022. This year, we brought a new tourism event to Surprise, the Bases and Brews Music Fest. March 24th through the 26th, we saw thousands of people fill the Surprise Recreation Campus for live music by national headlining acts like Andy Grammer, Chris Lane, Walk the Moon, and Lovely the Band, and an exciting Carnival Midway. These types of events help put Surprise on the map as a place people want to be.
The Sports and Tourism Department was really excited to host the inaugural Bases and Brews Music Fest this year. Signature events like this provide entertainment and community building for our residents, as well as attract visitors to Surprise, creating new revenues for the city and a positive economic impact for our local businesses. We look forward to growing this event in the future and continuing to show why Surprise is a great destination.
While some events are about tourism, others are about community. Surprise residents love our annual Surprise Party event, renamed Surprise Founders Day Party this year as a nod to an old city tradition of celebrating our incorporation date in December each year. Founders Day traditions like a carnival were woven into the party, and new ones like a drone light show and the sparkling surprise light display treated the crowds who came to celebrate. While special events bring the community together for fun and celebration, it's our parks and recreation facilities that provide daily connections for our residents. And we have some great news. Surprise has announced a new community park and third city pool near Perryville and Cactus Roads. Design has begun and construction is expected to begin by early 2024.
We're really excited to start working on the next city pool. The vision of this facility is to support all ages, swimming abilities, and program. The anchor of this facility will be a 50-meter pool, which will accommodate all levels of competitive swimming in our community. But we're not forgetting about the fun either. We're planning on having a second body of water for our residents to relax and play. In addition, there will be a playground right next to the pool with a public safety theme that will tie in great with our new neighbors at Fire Station 309.
The popular Surprise Community Park saw some major improvements this year, including new concrete curbing around the lake, permanent asphalt to replace the temporary dirt parking area north of the park, new LED lighting, and a restroom. You might also notice a new art piece within the park. Bloom Where You're Planted was installed in Surprise Community Park in early February. This 18-foot-tall, mirror-polished steel saguaro cactus features spring cactus blossoms that illuminate the night. As a tribute to our city's founder, Flora Statler, her image is visible through an open Dutch door in the cactus, inviting visitors to approach and share their dreams and wishes with her. Those wishes are sent through the cactus, out the blooms, and into the sky. One of the city's dreams was to run our own library system, and it came true this year. At the beginning of March, a ribbon cutting was held at Northwest Regional Library, unveiling a renovated look and a new name, Surprise Regional Library. This also signified the official launch of the Surprise Public Library System, which includes Surprise Regional, Asante, and Hollyhock libraries. City staff are now managing all of the library operations and programming like story time and purposeful play.
The decision to transition from county to city-provided library services was not taken lightly. We spent years researching the feasibility of city-operated libraries and even worked closely with the Maricopa County Library District to make sure we made the best decision for our community. We found that self-managing our libraries will give us the ability to customize programs to our unique community.
With the transition to city-run libraries came the formation of a new department, the Arts, Culture, and Library Department. Not only does this team oversee our Surprise libraries, it also is charged with growing the presence of arts and culture in the city. This will add to the efforts of the Surprise Arts and Cultural Advisory Commission, which helps bring art and arts programming to Surprise. Most recently, they commissioned art for Surprise Stadium, which will bring 2 flagship art installations to the first and third base entries. The 2 concepts are called Bounce, which will depict a baseball in midair after it bounces over the fence, and Swing, mimicking the swing of a bat, with more than 200 bats creating a canopy. Get your cameras ready because these will be great picture spots. As you're probably noticing, there are a lot of amazing things happening in Surprise, and it's a lot to decide this story on your own. Do you want some help building the story of Surprise?
Well, I want to tell all my friends, and I want to have a place for everyone to find this information and be able to give their ideas too. Chapter 5, Tools and Plans.
Just like some books have Cliff's Notes to summarize them, there's a convenient way to learn about all the fun places in Surprise. This past summer, the city released a rebranded visitor's guide to accompany the Explore Surprise tourism website, highlighting our best attractions. You can find the digital edition at exploresurprise.com. For residents, the surpriseaz.gov website is one of the most important tools to learn about the city, and this past June, we revamped it with a new look and feel. Just a month after the new website went live, an exciting feature was added, a performance dashboard that puts city data at your fingertips. The online dashboard monitors the effectiveness of city programs and services to ensure we're aligned with the City Council strategic plan. There are 60 metrics that support those priorities. This data is updated monthly and includes such things as number of new business permits, tourism tax revenues, recreation program participants, fire medical call volume, police calls for service, and more. Surprise prides itself on providing open and transparent communication, and the city wants that from residents too. Our National Community Survey is one important way we hear from residents. This scientific survey, conducted every 2 years by Polco National Research Center, examines residents' responses on topics ranging from traffic flow to public safety to senior and youth services. For residents wanting to give feedback on retail and restaurant spots they want in Surprise, we have the annual Surprise Retail Survey. The survey has helped bring in places like Costco, HomeGoods, and the Hobby Lobby that's coming soon. This is also a chance to show some love to local retailers and restaurants by helping them get named one of the top 10 favorites in Surprise. The voices of our residents are also needed for some big projects that only come around once a decade. Every 10 years following a census, we redraw the map boundaries of our 6 districts so they are nearly equal in population. As people move to Surprise, the population of each district can get unbalanced, and this ensures resident voices are equally represented on the City Council. The redistricting process is happening now and will be completed this June. Another 10-year adjustment is also happening now, an update to our city's voter-approved general plan. This is a long-range planning document that outlines the next 10 to 20 years of future growth and development for Surprise. After resident feedback is gathered and a plan is drafted and approved by council, it will go to voters in August of 2024.
The general plan is a visionary document used as a roadmap for the future of Surprise. It contains 21 elements that are interrelated to create a comprehensive vision for the city, covering topics like growth, land use, transportation, infrastructure, services, parks and open space, and water resources. For each element, the plan provides corresponding goals and policies that guide the decision-making process. This helps us fulfill our residents' vision for their city.
While the general plan focuses on growth, it also focuses on sustainability, and the city made great strides in that area this past year. The new Surprise Xeriscape Garden at City Hall allows visitors to view a wide variety of flora along with different hardscapes and to learn more about responsible and sustainable water use when creating beautiful arid landscapes. Water conservation is a strong focus in Surprise. In addition to classes about conservation, our residents have access to rebates for things like installing water-saving devices and removing turf. With an unprecedented drought state in Arizona, it's important to have a plan, and the city recently updated both its drought preparedness and resiliency plan and its water resources master plan. The drought plan ensures that the city and other water system partners have best practices in place to minimize the negative impacts of long-term water shortages. It also provides procedures and strategies to help with water demand reductions when a drought or shortage occurs. The Water Resources Master Plan describes the planning that has been done to ensure that the city has the water resources to meet the anticipated demand for years to come.
The management and calibration of our water supplies and our water demand is now more important than ever. Over this past year, our City Council has adopted a number of studies and agreements that will serve as our guide over the decades to come. In the near future, we are focused closely on implementing our drought preparedness plan, partnering in regional water supply opportunities, and looking for opportunities to tighten our groundwater laws to protect our local water sources.
Surprise is also excited to announce that curbside recycling will be returning in the coming months. Logistics are being finalized, and we will soon have details to share about the new program. The city heard its residents' voices and worked to find the best solution to bring this important service back. Residents are the heart of this city, and we want your voices to mold what Surprise is today and in the days to come.
You helped choose the development of Surprise with the general plan.
You helped choose the voices of your neighborhoods with the redistricting process.
You helped choose new stores and restaurants with the retail survey.
You helped choose city priorities with the community survey.
You helped choose how to better serve our residents by volunteering.
You helped choose the current direction of the city with a board or commission position.
We are all part of the same community. We eat at the same restaurants, attend the same events, and we can all work together to build the city we want to live in. You can help choose the future of Surprise.
Surprise is blooming. From housing to public safety and transportation to tourism, it's easy to see that the next year will open up our city to even more beauty and more progress, which will pen new pages in our modern-day fairy tale. This is where our adventure together ends, but you and the City of Surprise have many more stories to tell. My final question to you is, what dreams do you have for Surprise? Flora May Statler is awaiting your wish.
Flora May Statler is awaiting your wish. I wish for Surprise to have a happily ever after.
Brings tears to my eyes. It's incredible to see all that we've written into history today and this year. Now a new chapter is about to begin, and I look forward to us writing the story of Surprise together. To our residents, I ask that you please get involved. We need diverse voices and perspectives on our surveys, commissions, volunteer teams, and at public meetings. You truly do have the power to shape your city. Throughout City Hall tonight, our city departments are set up with information tables and engagement opportunities. The council and I are also here to talk with you and would like to personally thank you for being here.